Going on, everybody? The CGA Sports back in here with NFL preview week number 8. I made it all the way through, but I'm over on the CGA Got Game channel. And I'll tell you why in a minute, but do me a favor, hit the like button, and we're going to get into week NFL football number 8. College football is on right now, and we are live streaming to give you the predictions and the preview of what's going on in one of the most boring weeks of NFL football, which all 32 teams will be playing. No teams have a bye, but there's really not a lot of classic matchups that you're going to get excited about. Not a lot of rivalries. We got a couple of interdivision championship competitions here that really almost don't have much effect on the grand scheme of things, but this will be a good week to see what your NFL team is doing in the middle of the week. Are they bored? Are they your feet put to sleep? Have they given up? Or are they still on the winning track? Yes, that's what we're doing today. So appreciate y'all for riding with me. All right. And can y'all hear me very well? I think you can hear me. All right. And all of that in a bag of chips ahoy. So buckle up. We'll get the show started here in a minute with the first couple of games, but I got to do a little bit of business over here. I got to do a little bit of business, and the business that I got to do is tell you guys that one of the reasons why I'm over here on CGA Got Game is a little disappointing news. Indeed. CGA Sports got demonetized. Damn. I just don't have any luck on this platform. Yeah, it happens. And one of the funny things is that the channel over there, CGA Sports, as you guys know, I got a lot of channels demonetized over the last couple of years, starting in 2021, which means, I don't make much money, as much money as a lot of YouTubers make, just putting out short form videos. So I have to kind of depend on live streams and maybe having some things that you can purchase in terms of like a t-shirt here and there. So I don't make that much money considerably, especially with the amount of time that I spend on the platform. So just as a somewhat of an open door policy, or what do they call it? Being transparent. I started back wanting to do the CGA content, the CGA sports content. And what I thought was, because I let a lot of times go past, I dropped out of the YouTube monetization program, which I had tried to apply for monetization. A lot of channels got demonetized as a result of it. And what happened was they had opened up the door for all of my channels to get remonetized. So I started testing it. I started testing to see what the monetization was. I was like, okay, let me start off. And I started off with CGA Sports. And I said, let's see if they monetize CGA Sports, right? Just because it has nothing to do with any other content. So I went through putting up the streams from week 1 all the way to week 6, about week 6. And I had to get up enough. The 9th time. I had to get up enough watch hours. I had to requalify. I had to do all that stuff. So that's what the live streams were doing. And as a result, I went through the monetization review, and they monetized CGA Sports. And so I said, okay, let me see if I can get the other channels monetized. And so I started, as you guys saw, I started deleting videos. I started reformatting things, started putting up new trailers. And I said, let me see if I can get one by one all the other channels monetized, one by one. And what happened was I went to the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. So I erased 98% of the videos. I only kept 3 or 4 videos up, and they all qualify in the views of monetization. And the funny thing was, the last video I put up on the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel was a video that shot past all of the rest of them. It was a video about the cheesecake lady. So that one got 40,000 views. It would have been qualified for monetization by itself. So I asked for a review of the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel, and it came back. This is what came back. All right. This is what came back. So it says right here, Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. This is the dashboard behind the scenes. Your channel was not accepted for monetization. I was like, well, that's not a surprise. I kind of anticipated it. And I normally know what goes on after that. And it says severe policy violation. A channel associated with your account was flagged for serious violations of your YouTube monetization policy. But this is what happened last time, because it's on the same AdSense as the Coach Greg Adams channel. that channel got flagged, probably by a hater, probably by a competitor, probably by my ex-wife. I don't know who flagged it, because I do have a lot of active haters. I do have my ex-wife on my neck. I mean, so that main channel got flagged, the Coach Greg Adams channel. And then every channel on that AdSense, which there were 8 of them, they all got demonetized simultaneously. So I haven't been monetized for like over a year and a half here. Now, what then happened then, because this review, I asked for the review. Yeah, I asked for the review for this channel. Then they demonetized immediately the CGA Sports. So CGA Sports, because I asked for a review on the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel. All right, I want you to see it. CGA Sports got demonetized as well because I asked for a review. Now, this had just been monetized. Look, October 12th, October 12th, 2023. Welcome to the YouTube partner. And then I asked for the Ask Coach Greg Adams channel, and October 27th, less than 2 weeks, 2 weeks of monetization, which was basically 2 videos, I was demonetized. So, yeah, 10-time demonetized champion. So, that's basically what happened here. So, when people wonder why I bounce back and forth and I do all of these things on YouTube, and you're like, why don't you upload? Why are you doing this? Why do you have 8 channels? Why do you keep moving stuff around? Why can't you stand still? Well, this is the reason why. I'm really I'm pretty close to Tommy Sotomayor in the fact that I can't stay monetized. And so that's the funny thing about it. But it sucks because it makes me have to do all of these extra things that, not a lot of YouTubers have to go through at all. I mean, the worst demonetization they face is when they get a yellow dollar sign, right? They get a yellow dollar sign and they're like, oh, my video got demonetized. And I'm like, man, dude, I literally get channels demonetized multiple times. So CGA Sports been demonetized twice. So has Ask Coach Greg Adams. So has CGA Coach Greg Adams. CGA. What else is demonetized? CGA Quick Hits. CGA Reacts is also demonetized. Free Agent Lifestyle demonetized. And there's a couple more that I'm just not thinking of. Let me see something here. Let me go back here. Let me see here. All of my big channels are demonetized. Let's see here. CGA React, CGA Quick Hits, CGA Sports, CGA. All of them are demonetized. So yeah, man, I'm always trying to stay ahead of the game and try to pivot and all of these things. And other people have to own channels for me to get any monetization. So it is what it is. But that's why I'm over here today. All right, that's why I'm over here, and I'll be over here until whatever. But yeah, it's very funny. It's kind of like who's behind all of these things. But anyway, back to what it is here. We'll be over here until. So we'll be over here at CGA Got Game. All right, what are we doing here? We're doing NFL, which stands for not for long. All right. Somebody said, oh, Nova's channel's not monetized. So Nova's channel's not monetized. So, excuse me. It just doesn't have enough views and watch hours for it to be monetized. So, the funny thing is a lot of people are looking at what I do and they're like, yo, you got to be making all this money, and especially with the amount of time that I spend on these platforms. And they're like, he has a channel here. He has a channel. None of these channels are monetized. So let's see here. Just so you get, it's funny that people are coming after me all the time. I have my ex-wife has lawyers after me and they're like, you got to be making money. I'm like, dude, like whatever you think I'm making, there's no money. Like the money's not there. Free Agent Lifestyle's demonetized. Coach Greg Adams, Ask Coach Greg Adams, CGA Reacts demonetized. CGA Sports demonetized. CGA Quick Hits demonetized. CGA's demonetized. Nova has not qualified for monetization. It doesn't have enough watch hours. So people are like, oh, he has a dog channel. It's not monetized. So it's like one of those things, it's a sad thing here. And then the other ones that are or qualify, I don't have control over, to be honest with you. So it's one of those funny things. So anyway, Um, and Nova's not even monetized. She's gonna get demonetized. So yeah, man. And I put a lot of content out, and for it to be not making any AdSense, it makes zero AdSense, zero, which is a shame. But anyway, it does require support and donation tips of any kind. That's always great. If it ain't, if it doesn't, I don't have any control over it. Like if nobody supports, it gets nothing. And not only that, you don't get broadcasted out. You don't get suggested to 90% of the YouTube audience. So, oh man, dude, it's one of those things. So a lot of people have they think what I do is weird, and why am I jumping around, and why is this now over here? And you should have told. Man, I don't have any control over it. I don't have control over it. So all I could do is do what I do, what I have talent to do, what I have the ability to do. But yeah, as you can see, just sports videos that I put on this platform, demonetized. We're demonetized. CGA Sports. Oh man, damn. Like I can't even make sports videos to make money on this channel, on this thing right here. You see this? Look, this is CGA Sports. No longer monetized. I can't even make a football video on this platform and make money. All right. So anyway, all right. Never think I'm rolling in the dough and I have an easy job. Nah, man. It's sad sometimes. But I also know this helps me because I pop up here. I got 43 people watching me. All right. I pop up here. I do this because I like it. Let's get into it right quick, man, and review week 8 of 18 of what's going on in the No Fun League, or Not For Now League. We did have some games. We had a game this weekend, and Tampa Bay covered. They were +9. Tampa Bay covered on a 4th down touchdown pass. Hallelujah. I did, man. Tampa Bay, I was like, sheesh. All right, and if it wasn't for that face mask penalty on 4th down, I would have been out of a couple of dollars. All right, so thank God for Tampa Bay scoring on 4th down, and they could have actually won it, which I didn't care at that point on a Hail Mary. But Tampa Bay, the Yucks, losing 3 in a row. But the Bills, they're not looking good right now. They got some problems, and they got a very, very hectic schedule coming up. I don't know if they're the team to beat in the AFC East, but the the Buffalo Bills probably got some work to do in terms of getting to the position they need to get to. And it's do or die for Josh Allen. If you're for Bills Mafia, it's do or die. This is the year. Because if you don't do it this year, that team is going to want to break up. You're going to have Stephon Diggs wanting to go elsewhere with this talent. Nobody wants to play in Buffalo in the winter. Stephon Diggs is going to go play somewhere warm, and maybe with a quarterback, maybe the Chargers. That'd be a good matchup. That'd be a good pairing. But he's going to be done. Yeah, he's already done. But yeah. So the Buffalo Bills not doing themselves a favor by almost losing to Tampa Bay. Yeah, they almost technically lost. I watched a little bit of that game. All right, let's go to what of some of these games are just downright ugly. Some of these games that are going to be on this week are going to be downright ugly. In fact, how are you going to bet these games? These are going to be tragic. I mean, these games, the Jets and the Giants. Now, Tyrod Taylor is playing nicely. I think he's a better fit for the Giants than Daniel Boone. All right, but here's the thing. Funny thing people were making a funny thing about Tyrod Taylor is it's the first black Giants quarterback to win a game. All right. So, I mean, damn. I mean, the New York Giants is one of those teams. I mean, when it come to think of it, I don't remember them ever having a black quarterback, really. And the Giants have been around since 1925. I mean, maybe have the Packers. Well, the Packers got a semi-black quarterback right now. But Tyrod Taylor is a nice player. He's going to do well. And the Jets defense is solid. I mean, this is going to be a hard one to pick. But I got to go to my trusty point spread and find out the Jets are a 3-point favorite at home. At home. Whose home game is this? It's the Jets' home game. No, it's the Giants' home game. It's the Giants are at home. Jesus. All right, give them an L. Well, neither of these teams are at home. They're playing in New Jersey this weekend. Jersey. None of these teams are at home. All right, so here we go right here. We got Jets. I'm picking the Jets on this one because the Giants are atrocious. The one game they won was against a horrible performing Washington Commanders. I got the Jets. I don't know if they'll cover, but we definitely going to go with it. And the over-under is 33 points are going to be at a premium. I can't even imagine neither of these teams get up 17 points in this game, and that is not combined. So I don't know if I would take the under, but you might not do bad if you take the under. Who's going to score in this game? Who possibly can score? This is either going to be 14-7 or 44-41. This is going to be tragic. The Jets and the Giants. I mean, nothing going on there. And the fact remains is a lot of these games are awful. Here's going to be another awful game. It's going to be the Jags and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers escaped Los Angeles with a W that they probably didn't deserve. This 4-2 record is highly overrated, but the Jags, they're playing some good football, the London Jags. And it's in Pittsburgh, so it's going to be a little bit chilly, perhaps. I don't know what the weather is like. But this one is not going to be one of them rock'em sock'em games. This is kind of an AFC, wild card division game. Who cares? Jacksonville right now, I'm presuming, is going to be the favorite in this game. So let's see what the Jaguars are looking at. 1.5 favorite. I think they'll go past that. I think they'll cover. I think they'll get the win potentially here and all of that stuff. And Sunshine will win it. Yeah. Oh, I have some super chats. I do. Yeah, but I think the Jaggies. I think I'm going to go with the Jags. I haven't gone with them all season. All right, because I didn't think they were that good, but they're 5-2. Got to give them some respect. Put some respect on their name. We'll go with the Jaggies. All right, we do have some super chats. Let's get to them. Shout out to Jeff Lewis. Says shout out to the 9-time demonetized champion of YouTube. 10. Go. Stony Montana said the Gummy Bears gonna beat the Chargers. Chargers play like Super Bowl team one week, then next weekend they look like the Cleveland Browns. The funny thing is, somebody said they're stealing your name, image, and likeness for sure. Hey, the funny thing is about the Chargers, I did hear a little bit of a report, a rumor that the locker room is a little bit fractured. They're not a fan of that whiz kid ass coach, Mr. Go for it on 4th down in your own territory, Mr. I'll call a timeout, even though I'm going to make the playoffs. Mr. I won't settle for a tie. The Chargers are not going to they're limping into the season, and they do have a tough schedule coming up. So they got to win this game, especially since the Raiders, we'll talk about it. The Raiders lost that game, so they got to win this one, because if they lose, it's going to look like, what the hell's going on here? We'll talk about the San Diego Superchargers in a bit. All right, moving along with some games here. A division rivalry game. Yep, divisional rivalry. I think these guys played each other, if I'm not mistaken already. Feels like these guys played each other already. I got to look it up. All right, but I think they played each other already. The Eagles and the Commanders. This is going to be Eagles all day, every day. Commanders are down bad, but it's a rivalry game in a division, so you can never count a division rivalry out. But I just think the Eagles are playing at peak competition level. Okay, right here. They did and went into overtime. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's interesting that they're playing this, their 2 games this far ahead in the season. That means they're probably going to play somebody in their division 2 times late in the season, potentially. It could be. But division rivalry game, you never know what will happen. But I got Eagles. They're the best team they're the best team in the NFL right now. They're the kings of the NFL. What's the spread here? Eagles -7. So, the Commanders aren't playing very well on offense or any of that. So I can imagine that this could be a blowout. Go Eagles. All right. Anyway, we got Bills Mafia in the house saying, huh? Bills Mafia in here saying that Diggs is going to stay and they're going to work it out. They're going to work out that magic. Give me 1 second here. All right, all right. We got it straight here. Okay, so Bills Mafia gonna work it out. All right, okay. All right, so I got Philadelphia here with the dub. Just looking at their schedule there, it was 34-31 in overtime about 4 weeks ago. So yeah, there it is right there. All right, so Eagles beat the Commanders 34-31. So this could be a tight game. Could be a tight game. All right, I got Eagles all the way. What do you say? What do you say? Do they cover? Because they didn't cover last time. All right, so the next game, another snoozer. Well, it's going to be, hold on for a second. This is the other snoozer, Vikings versus the Packers, which is going to be an important game standings wise, but I can't see a lot of excitement coming here. You're looking at potentially a Minnesota blowout. The Packers are looking bad. Minnesota favored by 1.5, but Kirk Cousins is living on the edge after taking down the Niners. We'll talk about the Niners here in a minute. We'll talk about the Niners here in a minute. The Niners, they're headed downhill and downhill fast. Brock Purdy is who we thought he was. All right, but let's stop with the Niners here. We got the Vikings here favored by 1.5 here. I think Minnesota right now is rolling. I actually warned you, although I had them on the way out. Minnesota, the Chargers, these teams typically make a good run at the end of the year. So do the Buffalo Bills. All right, so they start off slow and then they make a good run. This team is capable, especially if they get into their division with the Lions, the Packers, and the Bears. If they can pick up 5-6 wins here against those teams, as they play them towards the end of the season and they pick up team wins and interconference rivalry, this team has the ability to go crazy. So you got to watch out for the Vikings because they had enough talent. They got Jefferson out, but they got enough talent to do it, obviously. Kirk Cousins is that dude. He's the type of guy. But he ain't going to do nothing in the playoffs. We know this. I got Vikings over Pack. Vikings over the Pack. All right, let's get with the next game right here. All right, this should be an interesting game. Always an interesting game, but this is going to be I think Dallas is going to have some fun with the Rams. They're going to be at home. This is typically like a playoff type game. These teams normally kind of face each other in the playoffs. I got Dallas here. They are a favorite. The Rams are definitely looking to do something after coming off a disappointing loss to the Steelers. I'm looking at the Rams. I think they're overrated. They're a solid team. You got Cooper Kupp back, but I got the Cowboys. This is almost an impossible game for them to lose. If they do what they're supposed to do, they can win this game. It should be an easy one to win because the Rams don't really do well that much on the road, I don't believe. All right, but yeah. Who's complaining? Somebody's complaining? Uh-oh. So yeah, man, that's going to be an interesting game. I got Rams favored. Cowboys favored by 6.5, over under 45.5. Oh, that should be interesting, man. That's pretty tough. But Cowboys with the dub to keep the momentum going. You got two NFC East teams moving ahead. All right. Last couple of games here. We got before we get to prime time. Again, now let's get to the games that nobody cares about. All right, we got the Falcons and the Tennessee Titans. These are all of the games that are going to be on this week. These matchups are just snoozers. The matchups are not good at all. All right, nobody cares. There's really no rivalry in the remaining games here, even the primetime game. This is not even a rivalry. And you don't know what team is going to show up. The Falcons are doing well under Riddle. The Titans are going backwards. They just have quarterback issues here. They're at home. And this is another favorable game for the NFC South. They all have weak schedules, and they all have schedules that they all can do well. As you can see, the Buccaneers got off to a good start. The Saints got off to a good start. The Falcons did as well. And then, of course, the Panthers. We don't worry about them. Okay, but I think the Falcons might be favored in this game. Let me take a good old look over here on my spreadsheet over here. All right, I got the Falcons here. The Falcons are favored by 2.5. All right, so if you're a gambling man here, you got to depend on the Falcons showing up. The Dirty Birds here, the STI Birds. I think the Falcons win this game and go to the top of the NFC South, which is impossible. It's improbable, to tell you the truth. It puts them in a dominant position in the NFC South. Let's take a look here. if they win this game. It puts them in the driver's seat. And who would have thought? Because I had New Orleans winning this division, and they still could win this division. But take a look, the STI Dirty Birds out here. Who would have thought the Falcons could sit at 5-3 on top of the NFC South? I didn't call it. I didn't call it at all. I thought they were going to be awful this year. But again, all of these teams have a weak schedule, and New Orleans is just shooting them their own selves in the foot. All right, New Orleans should be dominating this division, but they can't. They got Derek Carr and some other problems they got. They got the coach and all that stuff. And so, yeah, there you go right there. I think the Titans are going to lose. All right, what do we got next? Another division game, but nobody really cares about it. I think this is going to be a blowout. You got the Patriots. I know people are going to be like, hey, man, we beat the Buffalo Bills last week, man. So we're on a roll, coach. What you talking about? We on a roll. We done turned it around. Mac Jones is Himothy. Well, they're going to get a wake-up call here, and they should get a wake-up call here in Miami. Miami should roll all over the Patriots right here, and it should be ugly. Let's go ahead and give you the point spread on this game. Dolphins favored by 9.5 points. This should be an embarrassing route for Bill Belichick. Yeah, even more embarrassing than losing to the Raiders. I got the Dolphins right here with the win here. And should you take the points? Of course, here. Now, if Miami loses this game, let's just play devil's advocate. If Miami loses this game, that's it for the Miami Dolphins. That could give the Bills the momentum that they need to come back in this division. And then, because Miami, I honestly think if the Bills can keep the pace and they can stay close to Miami, Miami's going to fold. They can't stand Buffalo nipping at their heels. So they're going to fold up like a cheap suit. But Miami's got to get some distance. They're tied right now, pretty much tied with the Buffalo Bills, a game and a half ahead or a half a game ahead. So Miami's got to get some distance. They must dispatch the Patriots, especially since the Patriots beat the Bills. All right, this is a must-win game for Miami. Must win. All right, here we go. All right, I think your best bet definitely is going to be the Pats. I'm sorry, the Pats losing that game. Another game nobody cares about. It's going to be the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. Colts fans they're on self-deletion watch right now. Their team is doing pretty good. They did pick up a goofy win. I think they, wait a minute. Was that them? Did they win? Who was that they played the other day? Was it the Titans? It was somebody they were going back and forth on. Let me see real quick. Let me look at my cheat sheet. Oh, it's the Browns. That's what it was. That goofy game right here. They lost it by a point. And they were up. They were down. They were up. They were down. I mean, they're playing good football. They're playing decent football here. They're in almost all of these games. Yeah, they're in almost. Yeah, I mean, they're not getting really humiliated out here. But who cares about the Indianapolis Colts? Let's just be honest. Now, this game is going to be Derek Carr's game right here. Even though this game is meaningless, you're on the road. You fumbled the bag at home. I think was that a Thursday night game? I think it was a Thursday game or a primetime. I can't remember. You fumbled the bag. You had 10 days to figure it out. And let's see here. Was that the same? Yeah. You had 10 days to figure it out. Derek Carr and the Saints, you're on the clock. You're on the clock. So if you lose this game, people are going to be on your neck. All right, they're going to be on your neck, New Orleans, and you just lost favor because if the Falcons win, you're going to be 2 games behind. So this is a must-win for the Derek Carr New Orleans Saints. Yeah, people are going to be on this neck. The Indianapolis Colts, they're done for most part for all intents and purposes. So they're not going to do anything the rest of the year. Another game no one cares about, so we can get it out of the way. Houston, Texas, and the Carolina Panthers. Poor Carolina. Carolina, man. That quarterback, what do you think about the quarterback, man? He's a young quarterback. They had a picture of him, and listen, I'm a short guy, so I hate to diss short guys like this. But they had a photo of him kind of coming to the sideline, and he was with this coach, and there were some other people standing around. I mean, he's a small guy. The guy's a little one. He's a little guy. And he's like Kyler Murray. And I'm like, damn, look at that picture. Just the optics of it doesn't look good. It looked like me with a football uniform on. Yeah, these quarterbacks need a little bit of time. They need a little bit of time, but how much time you gonna give them? I mean, this is not it. He said, leave the short king alone. Let me see if I can find that picture. What's his name? He went to Mater Day. Then he went to Alabama. He's a good quarterback. He's speedy. He doesn't know the playbook. All right. What's the guy's name? What's his name? I can't remember the name. I know Drew Brees. I know, but it took Drew Brees. It took Drew. Listen, let's talk about it. It took Drew Brees like 13 years. 13 years, a good 13 years to get to his position. And much of his years were with the Chargers, which they had the double short stack quarterbacks, Doug Flutie and Drew Brees. And you know the Chargers are just going to whip it around the field. And so when you think about Drew Brees, he came back in. It took him a good 13 years, definitely over a decade to get there. So it wasn't like he was killing it. He was doing all right. He's okay. And then you had Russell Wilson, who had the Legion of Boom that was basically carrying him. All right. So, and then he had Marshawn Lynch for a year or two. I mean, you know, let me see what Bryce Young, let me see if I can find that Bryce Young image here. And I'm rooting for these guys. I'm rooting for these guys. I don't want them to do bad. I'm not talking bad so they can do bad. But some of these optics in terms of, yeah, this is a photo here. Some of these optics just don't make me hella convinced that these guys can do it like on a consistent basis. I mean, but there was another picture. This is not the picture. There was a picture of him walking to the sideline, and the coach was tiring over the guy. Like, hell no. This looked like me behind the line of scrimmage, man. This is what I would look like right here. And we talking about the NFL, man. Like, sheesh. Let me see if I can find that other picture. It was, here it is. I found it. This is the picture right here. All right, I'm going to put it up on the screen. This the picture. Like, look at this photo right here. So I think he's talking to a coach or a coordinator. I mean, yo, this your NFL, this your king, son? Is this your king? I mean, I'm not dissing short guys, but this your king, fam? I mean, the optics of this photo, man. Like, this your NFL, this your guy. You going what? Right, come on, man. We going to the Super Bowl? Like, I'm looking at this. I mean, the optics of this just don't look right to me. Your QB not supposed to be the shortest dude in uniform. That has to be a cornerback. All right, this is your king, though. This is your king. Shout out to him. Listen, former Mater Day alum, Roll Tide alum. I just don't see. Nah, I don't see it. I don't see this. I'm not feeling this. All right, hold on for a second. He not standing straight up. Hold on for a second. He not. They caught him when he was in his trot, where he was on the down leg of his trot. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hold on for a second. Let me measure this here. Look, hold up. Nah. Hold on for a second. Let's get the bigger one right here. Let's see where's the picture at. Let's scroll in. Oh, hell no. No. Nah. He not even seeing eye to eye with his coach. His chin is at his collar. Nah. Wait. Can y'all see it? Oh, y'all can't see it. I hold on for a second. I gotta put the picture up. I zoomed in over here. There it is right there. We talking about the NFL. Nah, man. I ain't got no. Nah, man. Look at where his chin strap is right here. All right, because this is what I look like this is what I would look like. All right, man. Look, I'm gonna just let y'all know he's a good quarterback, but nah, hell no. All right, let me stop messing with the guy. The coach is extra tall. The coach is a former quarterback, if I'm not mistaken. Listen. Yeah, I can't go to Carolina. All right, so with that being said, Carolina is going to get rolled. And is Bryce Young even back? Does it even matter? I think he's back. But he's a good all right, Houston, Texas with the dub. Let me check the odds here. This should be definitely, I shouldn't even have to look. They might be favored by double digits. All right, right. Oh, Texas only favored by 3.5. All right, so interesting. All right, I got Texans with the dub. We'll see, man. Carolina, now what's going to happen is Bryce Young's going to hear me talking that shit, and he's going to get after him. All right, so here we go right here. We got the Cleveland Browns versus another game nobody cares about. Only the fans care about. Nobody really going to give a rat's ass about the Cleveland Browns and the Seattle Seahawks. It's in Seattle. Oh, this is a snoozer. I mean, I'll take a nap watching this game. Seahawks favored by 3.5. Something spectacular. There's going to be no fireworks, really no highlights. What is the over-under on this one? This will only keep me interested on the over-under. 37? Oh, I might take the under in this game. I might take the under because I can't just imagine Cleveland's going to score a lot of points. That's not going to happen. Although they did just score a lot of points against the Colts. So, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen here. They did score 38 against the Colts. So, I don't know. Yeah, this could be ugly. This could be a takedown of the Seahawks. I can imagine because the Browns are playing well. I'm going Browns. Even though Seahawks are one of those quiet teams, they're sneaking in. I'm going Browns. We only got 5 more games to discuss. Watson is out. Watson is, I think he's still out. But I think they've been playing well without Watson. They beat the 49ers without Watson. Another game that seemingly really nobody's going to care about here. The Bengals are the last place team in their division. They would hope that the Browns lose to the Sea Hags. They would hope the Pittsburgh Steelers take that L at home. I mean, so they can gain some ground, but they're falling behind big time if those teams win and they continue to really not do much. So you have a competitive AFC North division, and we haven't gotten to Baltimore yet. But I think the Bengals need a dub here, but unfortunately they're playing the 49ers at San Francisco. I believe is Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy is not playing well. You don't have your full I got to check the injury report here. 49ers this is a must-win game. I'm sorry. Let me say this again. This is a must-win game for the 49ers, right? Already. Because they're slipping and stumbling just for the confidence level. Big Joker says, Coach, you still doing coaching calls? Not right now. No, not until I'm done with my case. I'll whip it back up when my case is done, which they're dragging it. They're continuing it. I anticipate my next hearing is going to be continued as well. They're just digging. They're trying to find something and there's nothing. They're digging for gold and there's no gold. All right. So they're gold digging. I got them trying to gold dig and there's nothing really to dig. So it's kind of comical, but no coaching. But Brock Purdy is, they figured him out. I don't think he has as much leverage. And then especially if he has injuries, he's not the leader that they thought they were. And so you got the Cincinnati Bengals primed in position, I should say, to beat the 49ers. Let me check your point spread real quick. We have what do we got here? 4.5 point favorite. 4.5 point favorite. The new car smell wearing out. Remember, this was a Super Bowl team. In fact, I got them going to the Super Bowl. The last 2 weeks, oh, hell no. The last 2 weeks, I don't got them going to the Super Bowl. So Cincinnati Bengals could win this one. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do, but I'm going 49ers just because it's the safe pick. And I can't imagine they would just drop 3 in a row like that. I just can't imagine it. Next game, the Chiefs and the Broncos. This should be a massacre in Denver. And by the way, thank God Denver beat Green Bay. because if they lost to Green Bay and the ass whooping the Chiefs is about to put on the Broncos in Denver, they will be calling for somebody's head. But fortunately, the Broncos got away with the win against the Packers. And so now this ass whooping won't mean as much. Okay. This ass whooping won't mean so much. But this will not even be close. Taylor Swift effect in full effect. Chefs with a win to go 7-1. And where is Kansas City going to lose? Let's just be honest. Kansas City lost to the cowardly Detroit Lions week 1 and haven't lost since. They've had a couple of close games. They just played the Broncos 2 weeks ago and just played with them like a toy. I knew they did. They just played with them. All right, we'll just do the bare minimum here. All right, we'll do what we got to do. So you know this ass thumping is coming here. Who are the? Oh man, the Chiefs got a really terrible thing going on here. So 2 weeks in a row, Dolphins and Eagles. Interesting. Then you have Buffalo on the schedule. Okay, there's some L's in there. There's some L's. And it might be a snow game. It might be snow in the stadium. That helps. That helps Kansas City. They're used to playing in there, so that's not a disadvantage for the Chiefs. Yeah, right there. Somebody says we get they cheating ass call. Okay, all right. Who cheating? Kansas City? Kansas City's cheating? All right, I didn't know that. All right, there we go. Yeah, I don't know about that. All right, I got Kansas City with the dub there. All right, and yeah. All right, last 2 games before we get to the prime time. I think the last game before the prime time. Baltimore Ravens and the Arizona Cardinals. Let's look at the point spreads and see if the Cardinals can cover in this loss. You got 9.5 points here. 9.5 points. Arizona's definitely going to lose this game. It's not even going to be close. Kyler Murray is available to play, but they're probably not going to play him. I got the Ravens with the win, but do they cover? Do they cover? It's going to be tough to even figure out, can Arizona keep it close? I think all of the wind has been let out of the Cardinals' sail. They're looking to get the number 1 draft pick. They're looking to get rid of Kyler Murray. There's no secret here. There's not even worth playing the guy because if he gets hurt, they have no value to get rid of the guy. Why play Kyler Murray at all? I mean, if you put him out there and he gets hurt, the Cardinals, I mean, like, what are we thinking? Ravens, fish fry these Cardinal birds, and it's going to be over. It's going to be a catfish fry, a Cardinal fry. All right, last one. I think there's one more. Nope, we're going prime time now. All right, prime time game number 1 is going to be the Chicago Bears and the San Diego Los Angeles Chargers. This is going to be a boring game. I'm going to just let you know right now. Now, for all intents and purposes, the Chargers should win this game. They're favored by 8.5 points. But we're talking about the Chargers here. They're going to get off to a slow start. They're going to give the Bears confidence in that draft pick. That Division II quarterback has been playing good. So this is not your cousin's Bears. This is not your daddy's Bears. This is not your granddaddy's Bears. These are the new Bears. These ain't the gummy bears. These ain't the gummy bears. All right, so the gummy bears showed last week that they could come out here and win. I know it was against the Raiders, but they throttled the Raiders. The Chargers are playing at home, but it doesn't matter. This stadium will be filled up with Chicago fans. Chicago fans are everywhere. Here's the funny thing about it. I went to the Las Vegas Knights, well, they're called the Vegas Golden Knights hockey game yesterday. I went to the game, and, there was a lot of Blackhawk fans at this game. Las Vegas, Chicago people live all over the world, all over the country. So they had tons of Blackhawk fans at this game. And I can anticipate the way the Bears came in when they played Vegas one year. There were Bears fans everywhere. Bears fans, people from Chicago, second city, is definitely a big city. So I'm going to anticipate there's going to be a bear out in Los Angeles. Yeah. Yeah, Black House fans rolled deep, man. They was rolling deep up in Vegas. I mean, when they scored, they was going crazy. I was like, man, there's a lot of Blackhawk fans here. But the Bears fans do travel and they're still living off that Super Bowl. I got the cowardly Bears. All right, here we go right here. I got the Bears with a dub. Let's go ahead and take down the San Diego Chargers. You know the Chargers are going to choke. The choke artist Chargers, they're definitely going to go ahead and choke on this one. Yeah. The Chargers are going to choke on this one. And this is going to be the end of the whiz kid coach over there. I'm not praying for it at all. I'm not praying for it. I don't like to pray for people getting fired because, but the San Diego Superchargers, yeah, that coach is donezo. I mean, he's walking the plank because if they lose it, they're 2-5. They're 2 games behind the Raiders or a game. Who are they playing? Okay, we haven't got to the Raiders yet. So my safest bet is to go with the Bears winning. All right, Chargers down. And this is a primetime game. So this is your Sunday night football game here, which nobody's going to watch, by the way. Let me just tell you, this might be the lowest rated Sunday night game this year. First of all, the Chargers don't have any fans. They're going to have that damn Asian woman out there going crazy, jumping up and down with her little A cups. Ooh, she foldable too. She looked like she a little freaky deaky, that little Charger fan they hired. Okay, so we do like that. She'll be there. They'll be putting the camera on her. I would fold her ass up and put her in my pocket, that little thing, that little plant. Like, what kind of Charger fan gets excited on every Charger drive like that? I bet you she's really excited in the bedroom when wrong channel. All right, so she bought and paid for everybody with some sort of Asian MILF fantasy. Yeah. So then, yeah, you're going to have that going on and distracted. So this will be the lowest rated game. Yeah, I got to save this conversation over there. I bet you she a tiny one. She barely 5 feet tall. Ooh-wee. Anyway. And they're playing into this, whatever this fetish thing is, they're playing into it big time. They like whatever they're doing here. They're like, let's get a Charger fan. Should we get a blonde Charger fan? No. Should we get a male Charger fan? No. Should we get a Latina Charger fan? Because they're everywhere. You can find a Latina Charger fan everywhere. Nope, they don't get a Latina Charger fan. Should we get a black Charger fan? No. No, they got a little tiny Asian woman. All right, to promote. They pick how many Asian Charger fans are there? Just how much are they paying that woman? She's an actress. But I would fold. I definitely go fold her up. All right. Yep, they could have had a Gordy. It's LA. But they decided to get the little spinner. I'm gonna look her up. All right, anyway, this is not for this show. This is a family show over here. All right, this is a family show. All right, so anyway. Anyway, here, that's that game. And then let's get to the game of the week. Prime time. Monday night showdown. The Detroit Lions. The Cowardly Lions are back. Embarrassed last week after everybody had them going to the Super Bowl, but they are who we thought they were. We're talking about the Detroit Cowardly Lions here. Come on, man. But we also got the Raiders here on prime time. We always look bad on prime time. We always look horrible here. I don't see any positives coming out of this for the Raiders. We got Jimmy Garoppolo back under center, I believe. And we have everything else going for us. Not going for us. I don't even see how we could put up a fight in this game. We have an offense that is stagnating. The defense is middle of the rank, but they're absolutely atrocious. We only got one pass rusher. Our linebacker Spillane, I believe he's sorry, not Spillane. He's in, but the other guy is out. Why is this slipping my name? Why is this slipping my mind? Number 5 is out. He got out last game. I don't know if he's going to be back. And our backfield is terrible. Our backfield is terrible. And yes, the Raiders do have a lot of primetime games. I don't know why they do this to us all the time. First of all, they have all these primetime games in Vegas. This is our second Monday night game. We've already had a Thursday game and I think 2 Sunday night games. Just yeah, Diablo, I think he got hurt in the last game. So, yeah, this is hard to pick. In my heart of hearts, I would love for the Raiders to do well. And if they were at home, I would actually believe that they're going to do well. But we tucked our tail in the last game on the road. Tucked our tail. Lions favored by 7.5 in this game. Over under is 45.5. That's only if the Lions blow us out. We haven't scored more than 21 points in any game. We haven't scored more than 21 points in any game. Josh Jacobs, they're just stacking the box on him, right? Our pass game is inefficient, so they're stacking the box. We run on the first 2 downs. We only gain 3 yards. Then they know we can't run it on 3rd down. There's no chance we could do that. We haven't had a consistent quarterback that can be a downfield threat. So they just sit back in the nickel defense and put their heels on the first down line. I mean, it's pretty simple. So I think the Raiders here, my heart of hearts wants to go for the Raiders. I always will say Raiders will win in my heart. I got Lions winning here. Now, let's just flip it. If the Lions lose, let's go ahead and cancel the Lions. All right, listen, let's cancel the Lions if the Lions lose because they are fool's gold at this particular point. They're going to be on a line, same line as the New Orleans Saints. Fool's gold. And I don't think it probably gets any easier for the Lions. They got the Chargers, the Bears, Packers, Saints. All right, kind of easy schedule going forth. So, yeah, we got the Lions losing here. Let's go ahead and cancel the Lions' trip to the Super Bowl if they lose to the Raiders. Any team, in fact, any team that has lost to the Raiders, cancel your trip to the playoffs. Let me see here. Who are 3 wins? We clipped the Patriots, the Packers, and then we beat the Broncos. Yeah, well, none of those are those are some sorry ass wins. He says no edge rush, no safety up top. Yep, no linebackers. Like, I mean, we got some good, solid players. Are they players that are going to win you game? No. We don't got no linebackers. We got Spillane and Diablo. One of those guys are out. Diablo's out. We got only Max Crosby rushing the passer. Our defensive backs, forget about it. Like, you would hope that your linebackers can could drop back and do a little pass protection. And then you also have you can rush your safeties or your corners. Can't do any of that. You're going to drop back in a zone. They're going to just pick it apart. I'm tired of watching the Raiders get picked apart in the zone defense. So, oh, man, it's just we only got Max Crosby. So it's, I mean, that's it. That's it. Everybody else is just, And I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on with the Raiders, but it is what it is. I don't know what it's going. I don't know why they put this team together like this. And every year they get everybody's hopes up. But I think they're going to lose this game. Anyway, those are my predictions for today. I think I might come back and do the NBA. The NBA. I know the season's already started, but we'll do the NBA preview and we'll make some predictions a little bit later. We'll do it on this channel and we'll do it live. All right. We'll do it live, man. Shout out to y'all. Let me check if there's any super chats over here before I go. And there's not. Shout out to y'all. We'll be back later. Peace.